what up though? Hold up. Make sure that everything is good. One sec. All right. Man, this is kind of weird. Something's like hazy, fuzzy, or whatever on my screen. But that's what it is. Hold up. Yep, that's what it is. All right. Hey, shout out to Roll Life. Thank you so much for the donation. I appreciate it, big dog. Love to see it. Love this. Mic check. Can you hear me? Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me okay. All right, so I know I have a little haze right now. That's okay. I'm gonna do that. That'd be good to go. All right. Can we hear me? Can we see me? All the good stuff. Today's a good day. Yesterday's a good day. Every day is a good day. We killing it right now. Hey, put a fire emoji in the chat if your portfolio is on a rocket. Just let me know. All right. Again, much love, Roll Life. Roll Life, just so y'all know, for those that are not Discord members, he's one of our Discord members. Him and several others are Megalodons, and they are killing the game right now with the alerts, and they're finding their own plays, and they're helping the community, and we love to see it. I will say that if you are here and you're interested in becoming a member, then I will share a link in the chat, but give me a moment. I'm not gonna spend a lot of time on that. Just boom, there you go. There we go. All right, so let's see who we got in here. Hold on, let me haze me up real quick. Let me get rid of this. Hold on 1 second. I don't think I can get rid of that. Okay. All right. I'm not gonna set a goal. But anyway, who we got? We got Lisa J. What's up, Queen? I see you. Me and Lisa, we go live on Sunday. I still need to get you a stock or ticker, but I will get that to you today, Queen. All right, we'll talk about it. Will to the fee, fellow Megalodon, Shelly, Megalodon. Love to see it. Welcome, Queens. I love the women in this business. Love to see it. Y'all are killing it right now. Kieran, I think I'm saying that right. Shout out to you. Zalea, hey ma. My mom's in the chat, so y'all better not get out of pocket. All right, y'all respect my mom. She's in on the alias. Let's see. Hey, my wifey's in the building. Let's get it. See, we got family here. That's what it's all about. What's good, Eddie? Tim, I see you. What's up? KGU in the building. Love to see it. All right, so what is today about? All right, so today you already know that this is the rapid fire chart analysis, right? So where we go into the charts, I look to the chat for your tickers, your ticker requests, and we break down your stock of interest, and we see if we can identify the setup for you. From there, if I see something I like, I might flag it, and if I flag it, that means that after the live stream, I'm likely to go ahead and follow up, like behind the scenes, look at the chart a little bit, get it all set up for some swing trades for the Megalodons in the chat. Now, if I set up a swing trade, I do give swing trades to the entire community. However, the Megalodons that are members of the Discord and YouTube members, they get my actual alerts. So when I get alerted that a play is ready to go, right? So when the market calls Rel and it says it's time to pick up something, everybody else gets it. That's a Megalodon. So that's how that works, right? And we've been absolutely killing it, and I love to see it. So we got that. So what happens at the rapid fire chart analysis? We load up the charts and you give me the tickers. When I say go, you're gonna get this timer, right? That timer is gonna start, and then we're gonna get rolling. If your name is in green, that means you're a member, and if you're a member, that means you get priority, right? So your tickers come first. If you are a member of KGU, everybody just know KGU is home for me. So if you are from KGU, put hashtag KGU in your ticker request. All right, that way I know that I can prioritize you as well. Everybody else, I'll get to you when I get to you. I think I do pretty good. I start off a little slow, gotta warm up, and then we get going. But before we even get into that, we have to talk about the plays that I called out today, and that is well, let's just talk about coin, because we talked about SPY, but we got to talk about coin. And through the week, we did NVIDIA, and we did a couple other ones, and we just been absolutely killing it, and we love to see it. I've been killing it in futures, trying to get my feedback wet there. Been posting about that. That's soon to come for some live trading. But yeah, all right, that's what we got going on. Fire emojis in the chat. All right, so I see that we only have 20 people here. There might be more, but please make sure you hit the like button, all right? And if you're chatting, that means you're already subscribed. So we're gonna go over the coin, but we're gonna do it the weatherman style. The weatherman's in the building. Weatherman Rail is about to go and walk y'all through how it all went down. So, but before we do that, I'm gonna show you the gains. I think I was able to pull this up. One moment. Give me one moment. Yep, here we go. So this is today. So we got coin. We actually ran coin twice. The first time, what you see on the screen right now is the second iteration of coin. The first iteration of coin, I think I got out about 30 to 35%, and that's because I got a little fearful. I don't suppose to trade out of fear, but I did it, right? And that kind of got me, right? But at the end of the day, I expressed that I'm trading. I move my stop loss kind of tight, right? But we have to practice acceptance. So what do I mean by that? What I mean is that I'm accepting that if this stock continues without me, I'm not going to FOMO back into the play, right? Not without being very strategic as far as how I'm going to do it. So what did I do? I got stopped out. There's a lot more skin on meat on that bone. It actually ran up, I want to say, a total of like 60%, 70% before it retraced down. I did not jump into that 50, 60%, whatever it ran up to, because I know that my stop loss was way down below. And if I held through, then I would have been negative at one point about 40%. And I wasn't doing that. I was not trying to give gains back to the market. So I got stopped out on a tight stop loss, and then I waited for it to come back to pick me up, and then we hopped back in. And this time I loaded up. I think I got a total of about 7 contracts, if not a little bit more. And I never really go that heavy on options trades. So you know that I meant business when I was talking about coin, and I was pressing the send button to y'all so y'all could be on that boat with me. So if you missed the first one, I tried my best to make sure that you were there on the second one. So shout out to y'all for those that ate. We're about to walk through how I came up with that play because I got alerted. I wasn't thinking about coin today or anything. Market called me, right? And that's what we're going to talk about. Put a 1 in the chat if you ate on coin today. You know what? Just let me know if you ate period in the market. That's what it's about. Okay. All right, 23 people in the building. Hopefully we can get a little bit more. Share this video because we about to get right into it. Anytime we do these live streams, it's also partially educational too. So best believe you may learn something. And if you do, pay it forward. And if you don't, whatever. All right, so let's stretch it out. Okay, so I only see 23 people. Like I said, hopefully the likes are better, but it is what it is. We about to get right into it. All right, so let's see if I can get this dialed in properly. We're gonna go here. Mic check. Can you hear me okay? Can I get a mic check? Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear your boy. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear your boy. Ooh, I'm real bright. I'm real bright today. But I need a 1. I need to know that you can hear me. I can't move on until I get a 1. Just 1 would do. I got a 1. All right, we about to get in business. You already know what time it is. You already know what time it is. Let's go. Let's go. Can you hear me? Can you see me? Are we good? Are we good? Weatherman Rail. All right, hold up. Let me read some comments. I got stopped out this morning. Ran down $46. Ran down to $46. Then ran up to $146. So hold on. So did you come up $46? Let me know. It's okay if you came up, right? That's cool. You came out in profit. All right. I think everybody's here. Are we ready to break down this trade? I think so. All right. So again, I need to get. Hold on. Let me turn on my lights. Let me turn on my lights. Yeah, that's better. All right. I gotta get used to this right here. Okay. So first of all, with I'm sorry, man. Hey, there's always another play. Okay, Eddie? It's okay. INTC paid me today. I love to see it. Man, I thought about getting Intel yesterday or this whole week, but I didn't. That's on me. All right. So, but I can't see the chat right now. I'm too far away from my screen. I need to take a breath, right? And we got to talk about this trade, right? I got to just figure out how to navigate my hands. Okay. So anyway, first of all, the first thing I want to point out, right, is that right up here, you see that this is tagged as a demand zone, okay? So that demand zone is actually a weekly demand zone. I found this weeks ago, right? I set the alert weeks ago, right? So, but before we even get to the demand zone, which is in blue and surrounded in this white box, right? We're gonna talk about how we got to where we got to. Okay, so first of all, we had the volume profile, right? I wasn't really paying a lot of attention to it, but at the same time, these are indications of where we were going with the stock. So we have this pop right here, and we have a cluster, right? So we have interest established right here, right? So we have an agreement on price, because for the most part this is neutral. Okay, so then the red line that you see is my 200-day EMA. This gold line right here is the 20-day EMA. Okay, so at one point the gold line crossed the 200-day EMA, and then we popped back up. Okay, you see that we popped back up, and then we recrossed, right? So we popped back up above the 200, above the 20, and we re-intersected. So these were a couple signals right here early on that signal that we probably are going to be popping. I didn't know any of this, right, until today, right? I got alerted, and we're going to talk about that. All right, so anyway, so we popped 200-day, fell below. The price action got above the 200 and above the 20, so that's great. Those are all positive signs for a bullish move. Then we're met with volume, right? So you have big body green candles here, right, that increased in size and increased in value. So buyers were pouring into this. Once you got past this cluster right here, right, you didn't have anything really stopping buyers from just taking off. Okay, so that's where we reached this white line, right? This white line was my signal for hopping into calls, right? So I actually had the signal right above the line right here, right? Because I didn't want it to touch and then me to look at it and then go through this whole song and dance about whether or not it's gonna cross or not. So I waited for it to cross the line to bring my attention to the play. So this happened, we seen the bullish momentum, and we hopped into the play. Me and the Discord members, we got the alert that you see right here. How do I do this? Right here. So you got this alert right here that everybody got, and then I copy pasted, and then I got that over to KGU. But you guys got this alert the same time I got this alert, right? And the moment I got this alert, I hopped into my play, right? Now, I know some of you are newer traders, and that's okay. And you wonder, okay, well, how am I supposed to pick the contract? Well, I want to give you a little tip as far as when my plays get posted, right? My plays typically come with, how do you do this? I can't do this.
Here we go. Two-step. So my plays get posted with a take profit target. You'll see TP1, TP2, TP3, or max take profit. Those TPs, right, stand for take profit targets. Those are actually a good level to select for a potential strike price. Okay, so if the TP target is 360, right, well then maybe get a strike price that's 360, or get something a little bit before it. If your target is 360 and you can get a strike at 350, well then guess what, if your target is 360 and your strike is 350, then you're banking on the price to move to your target, which means that you would be an intrinsic value by the time this play is done running. Okay, all right, so let me just make sure it's not following me everywhere. Okay, so let me check the comments real quick. Weatherman Rail. What up, Rail? Finally made it. Hey, I love it. Welcome, Will. Welcome, Mark. All right, so hopefully that all makes sense so far. Right, so when I post this, right, look for TP1, TP2, and then from there you can choose what your strike price is. This one in particular, I identified that it was an orca level play, right? You already know that we have the minnows, the dolphins, the orcas, right? So the minnows, if you see something that says minnow play, that's plays where the contracts are usually like under $50. Anything that's a dolphin play would be contracts between $50 and $150, and then orca plays is anything over that for the most part. Okay, so that's just a gauge so people can kind of understand who I'm talking to or who this play might be directed towards. And it doesn't mean that a minnow can't play an orca play or an orca can't play a minnow play. It's just a, you know, it's just a gauge. It's a way for you guys just to understand what's going on and bring eyes and attention to certain plays that might be, you know, good for you. All right, so anyway, I need a drink. Weatherman Rail. All right, if we have 25 people here, put a like in the button. Put a like in on the channel, whatever. All right, so anyway, so we got this. So we made it to our entry, right? So we hit our target, we came up, and then your boy got stopped out. It is what it is. I came up about 35%, and I got stopped out. What happened is that the play actually, which is this red doji candle, right? This indecision candle, I got stopped out here. It ran up, it came down to retest, something like that. So we would have got smoked if we decided to hop back into the play up here this far away from our entry, right? Because my true exit, my true stop loss for this play would have been confirmation below this level, this white line, okay? Which I want to say was like 335, if I'm not mistaken. You see, yeah, 335.37. So it was 335. All right, so, but what did we do? We waited for this to come back down, for me to wait for a signal that we would continue towards the upside. So what were my signals? Well, when I zoomed in, I brought in my my VWAP. Okay, if you don't know what VWAP is, do some research. But essentially, we have my VWAP line, which is this purple line, and then we have my deviations, right, with my band 1 and band 2, right? I noticed that we were trading above my VWAP, right, which is bullish. So not only are we trading above my 21 day, we're trading above the 200, and we're trading above the VWAP. So all these things were positive, right? Even though we were touching this band 2 line, right, I knew that as long as we're trading between band 2 and band 1, that we were pretty bullish, and as long as we stayed above the VWAP. Okay, so those were some of the indications, plus volume, which I don't have shown right now, that told me that it was time to hop back in. So we loaded up. I loaded up. I did not hesitate. I just hopped back in, and I told everybody about it, and y'all had ample time to hop into. So we ran this all the way up. As you can see, we identified an imbalance on the 5 or 15 minute. If I can't, I think it was the 15 minute that I identified an imbalance. So once we got up here, we actually had like a neutral position happening where it was like it was a ascending wedge, right? An ascending wedge, right, typically is a bearish signal, right? But because of how we were moving, we were getting further away from my band 2 line, which is also a signal that we're getting exhausted, right? So I knew that we might have a little bit more momentum towards the upside, and I was waiting for like a bearish engulfing or something like that to cut my position. So we rode this up, right? I cut most of my position up here, and then we had my level right here, pretty much at this demand zone, where I was like, we probably are about done here, right? So I didn't want to give up too much of everything, so I think I only have one sitting right now that I couldn't close out. I tried to, but as long as we stayed above this white line and we didn't fall through this imbalance and we stayed above this VWAP, we're still pretty bullish on coin. Okay, so tomorrow,
All right. Mic check 1 2 1 3. Can you hear your boy? Can you hear your boy? Hey, that's your guy. Weatherman Rail. Let's get it. All right. Let's see. Hold on. No audio. Man, I ain't repeating nothing. Oh man, hold up. Y'all didn't hear nothing? What happened? Man, hopefully y'all caught most of it. I'm gonna have to blow up the chat so I know when y'all can't hear me anymore. Oh, you should be able to hear me now though. Hold up. Mic check. Mic check. Oh, you know what? I think my mic just, it shouldn't have died. Man, that's horrible. I feel bad. I feel bad. I wish I pressed the record button because then it all would have been recorded. No. God, that had to look funny. I'm just talking like a silent movie. Oh man. You were saying possible bullish tomorrow. Okay. I will hand gestures. Hey, hopefully y'all can read hand gestures. No, I'll touch on it again, like, but not like as in depth, and it'll be quicker. I wish I'd known, like, at what point did I get cut out? Can somebody tell me? Dang. And I bet you my wife was trying to let me know too. Nope, she left the building. All right. Man, that's sad. Hey, I gotta go soon, but can you go over Lulu real quick? Mark, I will touch on Lulu, and you might have to run it back, big dog. Hey, it's okay. When you just missed a silent movie, that's all. That's all you did. All right, so hold on. I gotta stop wasting time now. Like we already messed up. All right, so I'm gonna be real quick. Okay, I'm gonna be real quick on this because apparently y'all couldn't hear me when I was talking, and that's sad. That's just sad. I'm sorry. Okay, so real quick, essentially, the yellow line 20-day EMA, the red line 200-day EMA, right? I don't know any of this. The only thing I know is that we got signal or alerted on today at 3:35:16. That's all I know. Anything else before the signal line is just me explaining what had happened prior to me getting the call from the market. Okay, so we fell through. We were looking bearish. We got they got exhausted. Sellers got exhausted. Buyers stepped in, right? And then price rallied back above the 20 and back above the 200-day EMA. Then eventually, the 21-day intersected again the 200-day EMA, which tells you that now we're bullish again. So when the price moves above both of those signals, and then the 20 is above the 200, those are signals that we are now bullish. Now, VWAP kicked in here as well. So once we popped up, we were living above VWAP in between our band 1 and band 2. So as long as we were in this cluster, we were bullish. Okay. On the way up, we really didn't have anything that was kind of holding any of the buyers back. The volume bars were getting bigger, and volume was actually increasing as price was going up. So those are signs of some bullish momentum. We crossed this line. This right here, this white bordered blue box, this is a demand zone. The demand zone was found on a weekly demand. So I charted this like 2 weeks ago, and we finally hit our signal. So coin popped up and it hit our alert, the alert that you see right here. Okay, so when you see this level, you see calls. It says entry 335.37, bullish momentum through is what we were looking for. I gave you as much detail as I could real quick. And then our take profit target, TP1 is 342, TP2 is 348, and then max take profit target is 408. So with that being said, if you see a take profit target, you can typically use that as as your strike price, right? At least that's what I do with my charts, right? So if you see me paste in or put y'all on game on this and share my levels, then my take profit target is likely close to what my strike price is on the play that I'm playing. So I got in on this alert, I popped up right here, and my stop loss was probably just too tight. So I got in about 35%. I waited instead of FOMOing back in. I accepted that this could take off without me. It came back down and it got close to my trigger, my alert signal. And once I had seen that sellers were exhausted, so they weren't gonna push this down, I loaded up and I alerted everybody else. And y'all had plenty of time to hop in. Hopefully you got in, and we rode this all the way up. That was a huge win for everybody. So shout out to you guys. So once we got up here, we touched the top of this band 2. It's the second deviation on the VWAP. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's okay. That's another training session, whatever. So we rode up here, and then now you don't see it right now, but I'll draw it up. But this is an ascending wedge, or at least it was set up to be. Yeah, so it was an ascending wedge, and those are typically bearish. So when you see channels like this, you oftentimes get a false move. But my signal that we were likely going to cool off and come back to retest VWAP was once we start to get away from band 2, right? So around this time, I started paying more attention to the VWAP as we were kind of getting through this, okay? So anyway, that's what happened. And we have our bearish engulfing, then we had sell side volume pickup. We fell and confirmed below our band 1, which is a signal to let me know that we're likely to come back to band 2. So this right here, this purple box, that's our imbalance on the 15-minute. As long as we can stay above or within it, then we have a chance to continue towards upside. So as of right now, we're still bullish for as long as we stay above our signal line, our VWAP of 341.88, and as long as we can hold here above, pretty much above the imbalance. The bottom of the imbalance is at 341.77. So we're looking for a massive pop towards the upside, and hopefully we can take this all the way up to our take profit target of 360.34. I'm sorry, yeah, 360.30, and then all the way to 408.66. Will it happen overnight? No idea, but cross our fingers. And that's pretty much what I had said with all my arm motions. So hopefully that was helpful. All right, anyway, we got to get back. We got to get to what we are all here for. All right, so let's get to our rapid fire chart analysis. Now I'm going to go ahead and make sure that I can see the chat and we can get rolling. All right. I apologize for everybody that was watching me do my silent movie. All right. I'm going to read the comments, make sure I'm caught up. Hopefully I wasn't talking to myself again. And then we'll get into it. All right. What's up, Angela? We hear you now, bro. Thanks, Lawless. Man, I wish there was like a sound effect that y'all could initiate to let me know that you couldn't hear me. All right. Got in late. It's okay. Welcome, Winnet. Wingo from tomorrow. Okay. All right, bet. Let's get it. All right. You were saying what your coin anticipation was for tomorrow. Okay, so y'all heard most of it, so that's good. So I think I just redid everything. No, those are not Bollinger Bands. Those are VWAPs. Those are standard deviations from the VWAP. We actually heard all of that before you cut out, except... So, hey, you got it on repeat. My God. All right. I'm finna have to go back to work, but I want to ask if you have any videos teaching how to chart. Yes, you'll have to dig through my playlist. Otherwise, join the Discord. If you join the Discord, minnows and above have access to my one-on-one charting, okay? And then there's deep dive information that I go over with everybody else, or the anglers and the Megalodons in previous videos. All right. No need to apologize. It was entertaining. All right, sounds good. All right, so let's get to rapid fire chart analysis because we've been here long enough. Okay, so 25 minutes on the clock. I'm gonna say go. And you guys are gonna put your tickers in the comments, and I need to know, are you looking at calls? Are you looking at puts? Are you currently in the position? Are you looking for long-term investment? Just give me some type of indication with the ticker so I know how to provide the dialogue as I am walking through the charts. Okay, so Eddie says thank you. I'm in KGU. I'm just not a doctorate. Hey, shout out to you. Yeah, well, KGU. So I have my own Discord that I have my playlist of information. So I don't have like a playlist for we don't share a channel, right? Like I do training over there for the doctorate tier members. But I have a I have a like a library of live training sessions that I've done with my members. Okay, that's what I'm saying. All right. So that being said, when I say go, we're gonna be good to go. All right. So go. All right. Let's get the tickers. Let's get into it. All right. What we got? Oh, somebody said Lulu, and I'm gonna just take care of Big Dog before we even get started. Lulu. Lululemon, ticker symbol LULU. We've already done this, and we were waiting for this to pop above this zone right here. So we're actually going to be bullish on Lululemon for as long as we can hold above 169.91. That's what I'll say about that for now. But I do want you to understand that we are in a symmetrical system, and we are waiting for a confirmed breakout for this position. Okay, so Lulu, so we are bullish into this position, right, into this pattern, and now we are looking for a breakout, and that breakout would take us to a take profit target, if you so choose to play it, to about 170, 132 as the first one. Right now, I'm not going to go into the rest of the the rest of the charting, but I will put this on my watch list and set an alert just so I can bring my attention to it later. Okay, so what's next? What do we got? Grab, GRAB. This is Grab Holdings Limited. Thank you, Shelly. Let's see what we got here on Grab. So Grab is in a technical uptrend. Okay, we got our higher highs and higher lows. We're gonna go ahead and zoom all the way out just so we know what the heck we are looking at. So we did just get out of a breakout. Okay, we just had we did just have a this is almost like a pennant here, and we just broke out, and we broke above our initial take profit target of $5.63, and now we are rallying in the after hours. So I guess you're gonna want to know, well, where are we going, right? Well, let me see if I can zoom in to give you some context here, but it's gonna be pretty tough because this is a really choppy area. So when I'm looking on the daily, let's go back out to the weekly and zoom out a little bit further and see if we can get some more context this way. All right, I like this. So this is good. We just broke this level here, which is a nice demand zone. It's on a longer time frame, so I'm gonna man. All right, I'm gonna have to copy some things and paste it over. I'll do it later, but this is a demand zone, right? And we found ourselves above it. So as long as we maintain strength above here, we should be good, but I wouldn't be surprised if we come back and retest this level, which is at, what is this level? $5.90. So I'm going to set an alert here. What I would be looking for is for us to come back and retest the level before looking for call options. If we fall back into the zone, I'm sorry, this is not a demand zone. This is a previous level of supply. Let's see if I can get it right. Supply, where is my? So previous levels of supply. So typically what I'll do, I'll highlight that in like blue border to let us know that it was a previous level. And then because it's a weekly, it's typically like a little bit of a darker shade. That way I know what it is. So anyway, that's what I will be looking for. Outside of that, I don't know if I can really give you much on this right now. Yeah, I'll hold it here for now, but you do have bullish momentum, and we can talk about this a little later. I'll dig into this a little bit more, more for the Megalodons, Queen, because it's going to take some time for me to really dig in. Okay, so GME, you would say GME. All right, hold up. I got to take care of the community first. CHR, ACHR, right? So that is Archer Aviation. All right, so technical uptrend, right? Higher highs, higher lows. Love to see it, right? Pretty easy to identify. Now, the one thing that, so if I draw this up, right? Boom, boom, boom. This is giving you a head and shoulders pattern, right? So we already formed it, and now we're coming back to retest the bottom of $9.54, and it looks like post market we're already falling below. So if we fail to break above this level, then we're likely to break out of this channel, right, and come on down to probably retest $5.60 before we come back up. Okay, so that's what I have right here. Yeah, but as of right now, it's not really looking great for the upside on this play, right? Not unless, like I said, not unless we can see a bullish reversal signals here. But as of right now, we're in a traditional head and shoulders pattern. If I were you, I would go to the weekly and I would draw up a parallel channel, right? Because this parallel channel is going to give you a middle line, and this middle line for me is kind of like a key to let me know whether or not we are going to be bullish or not. So if we fail to break that central line, then we're likely to come down. Like I said, that's if we even rally that far. I also want you to know is that as we were coming down, you're starting to see less body and more wicks, which is an indication that the buyers are stepping in and absorbing the sellers, right? So these are price action signals that you're looking for a potential reversal. So I mean, let's zoom in, and let me get off of this, but zoom in and see how it looks. So yeah, it looks like we had a floor here, right? Let's go here. We had a nice floor, and we came back down to retest it a couple of times, and now we bounced off, right? So as of right now, it's looking like it could be pretty bullish as we're climbing up right now. That's in the near term. But again, it's really choppy. One thing as I zoom in, and one thing I notice is that buyers are pretty heavy in here, sellers are not, but it's kind of anybody's game. But it is looking like a temporary bullish move. On the 15-minute, be cautious of this level right here, because this is where you're gonna see some resistance at $9.35. Okay, so this is your supply zone. You need to break into this with bullish momentum in order for us to be bullish, right? And to double down, I would want to break $9.42 and confirm above here before anything. That's your safe bet. INTC, did I see that? Hold up, I need to make sure. Hey, what's up, Ruben? Love to see it. Welcome, KGU. Let's get it. All right, so GME, let's go there first. And we got calls. So he's looking at a GME call, but I want you to also see that same situation where you have a head and shoulders pattern. Oh no, that is horrible drawing. Let's do that again. Head and shoulders, right? So we're kind of waiting to see if we break this or not, right? So GME, that's on the 15-minute. If we go to weekly, it's probably not going to be that great because it's kind of been trading in sideways action for the most part. Give me a minute. GameStop. Well, we had this. We broke that trend. And now we have this. And it looks like we're just trading sideways. So when you zoom out of GME, you're trading sideways. We can just draw a box right here. And then this is my box edge. And this tells you that we need to pretty much break above or below to kind of know where we're going. So when you see a box like this on my chart, typically this blue line right here is kind of like a crossroads, right? So above it, we're bullish, below it, we're bearish. So as of right now, we are bearish, right? We're at 25.89. This central line right here is 26.80. So it looks like we're failing to break above, and you're seeing the resistance as we cross this point. So it doesn't look bullish as of right now. I know you see this little pump, but we really need some confirmation here. Otherwise, you might be seeing a lot of chop like this on the way up, which is an indication that buyers are exhausted and sellers are absorbing price there. So what are your levels? Well, for GME is if you want to play it dangerous, then you're looking for confirmation above 26.76, right? And then your take profit target would be pretty much at the cap here at 34.85. That would be my max, right? My not my max, right? My first TP, which is it's not great, honestly. Like, this is supply zone. This is pretty much where your next level of resistance is, which is at $26.76. So if you want to risk it and hop into a call at $26.76 to ride it all the way to $29.30, then be my guest. But that's not a lot of skin on meat on that bone. I would much rather pick it up down here around $18.64. And because of that, I'm going to set an alert for myself on GME to look for calls at this level. Okay, so I will do this. I will put a message here, and then I will enter and press the call button as a placeholder so I know what I'm looking for. Same with up here, playing the highs and lows of GME. I'll be clicking to that, putting a message here, boom, and putting a put placeholder there. So when I get that alert, my Megalodons are also going to get that alert, and we know what time it is. Let's move on to the next one. I seen INTC. Whew, man, I hate that I missed it, and we talked about it. So look at this. We had our descending triangle, right? And I already had all this drawn out. I already said that we were waiting for this to pop, and our take profit target is going to be $26.64. We actually did the pop, and we hit our next take profit target, which I already had listed at at $29.78. So here's where we are with INTC. Well, if we fail, right, to hold above, it won't let me do that, $29.78, then we're likely looking at puts, right? Right? That means that buyers got absorbed and sellers pushed them right back down here, okay? So, but if we can hold above it and we can have strong confirmation above this level, then great news, right? Great news. I love the bar here. We have likely on the volume profile a cluster forming up here, and now we are in a descending wedge, which is very bullish. Okay, so this is a signal for a continuation towards the upside. Okay, just so y'all know. So we are bullish still as of right now on INTC. So boom, 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 and then now we're waiting for it to choose a direction. But I'm going to assume, I can't make assumptions, but it might make one more stop before coming here and popping off and hitting that take profit target of about $33.17. So what am I looking to do? I'm looking for INTC to break this level here at $30.99. I'm gonna set an alert, and then we're gonna click here and put a placeholder for potential call options, right? So once this cracks, if we see bullish momentum, then we're hopping into calls and we're not thinking about it. Take profit target 1 is going to be this peak right here at 32.21, and then take profit 2, which is our max take profit target as of right now, is 33.11. There's more zones and levels behind this, but I'm not getting into that right now. Let's move on to the next. All right, so CoreWeave, CRWV by Groot. I see you, big dog. All right, so with CoreWeave, oh man, y'all are lucky. My timer's not going. Hold up. I think about 15 minutes have passed, right? That's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna give y'all 15 minutes. All right, I screwed that up. My timer starts at 25 minutes. I think we use more than 25 or 15 minutes, but I'm putting 15 minutes on the clock. All right. So CoreWeave, we started this already as well. Now, back in, where are we? Yeah, September on the 12th. So last week, man, we just missed our signal because CoreWeave was an absolute play, right? We broke. We talked about this on the 9th of September. We broke through demand. We waited for it to come back down. I failed to put an alert here, because if I was alerted, then I would have rode this all the way up. So now we're kind of in like not a no man's land, but at the same time, we are not in a place where I would be looking for entry anywhere. So, but we do have opportunity, right, for a potential breakout. So you do have this, I think it's the ascending triangle. I got to double check my chart names. Okay, so I typically keep them on me, but we're looking for a breakup. But I want to say that this is a neutral position. Okay, so just know that. Give me a minute. I'm gonna let you know, so we're not guessing anything. We're gonna take the guesswork out of it. All right. Ascending triangle. I was right. So this is a neutral position. So when it's a neutral position, it's trying to determine if it's going to break up or break down. Now, oftentimes when you see something like this, it's probably gonna break in the opposite direction, right, before it rockets back up through. Okay, so you very well could see a sell-off before a pop-off, right? That's not necessarily the textbook thing to do, or that will happen, but if we were to hop into a trade, then we're going to be looking for that as our target at 131.43. But you're looking for confirmation above 123.73 before you even look for calls at this point. Now, me, that's not enough skin on the bone for me. Like, I mean, yes, it is if you want to be a sniper, if you can be quick and be diligent about your entries. Okay, so you can we can set an alert here. I will let the Megalodons know if you are playing this. I'm going to say caution, caution. And if you see a caution sign, that means take what you can get. Not financial advice, you do you, but this is me saying that a play like this, breaking out of a neutral position, can have this false move and sharply turn on you. So just be ready and be paying attention to price action. Moving on from CoreWeave, what do we got next? Is FRO an actual stock group? You got to let me know. And I think you already have one, so I'm going to keep going. All right. Hey, I see you, Petulance. Call on CRCL. CRCL. Looking at calls. This is Circle Internet Group. All right. So if you're in calls, great. You already won the day. If you're not in calls and you're looking to get into calls, well, this is a young stock, right? This is a young stock, and it looks like it found its floor for the most part. We like to see a floor somewhere, but it looks like we already touched on this. I already drew this up a long time ago. We had a triangle system that we broke out of, right? We broke out of a trading zone that we were in, and we fell below. So technically, this was a previously determined floor at 171.54, and now it looks like we're just making our way back up to that point to retest it. Now, so here's what we got. For me, for this stock in particular, I'm gonna go and color this white. All right, and then this is going to be, nope, I'm gonna color it blue. All right, so this now is the new trading zone. Okay, I'm going to get rid of this. I'm not gonna worry about anything below this. So this is what I'm saying with Circle. Anything above 133.48, as of right now, we're bullish to 171.54. Now we do have a price target beforehand, and I think it likely will hit around this area of about 153, 154. Okay. So 154 would be my price target on this particular stock. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and put that on there with your max take profit target of 171.54. If we crack 171.54 with bullish momentum, then you're looking for calls, and I am looking for calls. I don't know what the contracts look like for this stock, but I'm interested. So I'm going to go ahead and pre-tag that as a potential option. Okay. With a take profit target from there to about here. It looks like our last peak is about 190. Okay, so that'll be my take profit target, and oftentimes I like to do this and on this alert, I like to say take profit target. Now, if you guys, you see me putting in these alerts, I actually put in more work than this behind the scenes. If you want these alerts, these are swing trades, right? Typically, most of my plays run for over 50%, right? And if you want in on that, then become a Megalodon. That's all I got to say about it. It's pinned to the chat as far as the join button. So be a Megalodon and you will get the alerts when I get the alerts. All right, so what else we got? Hey, if this is helping you, put a fire emoji in the chat. Let me know. Let me know I'm not wasting my breath because my mouth is dry. Ruben, absolutely. Great day in INTC. Thank you for the extra. Absolutely. I'm feeling generous today. All right. So I don't see any more tickers. If you have one, let me know. But I'm going to add one to this mix, and it's going to be NVIDIA. Ticker symbol NVDA. We've been making money on NVIDIA for the past couple weeks, but I'm bringing this to your attention. I haven't looked at it yet today, but I do want to put my eyes on it right now because it's on my radar. All right, so essentially with NVIDIA, as long as we're above 176.11, then we are pretty much bullish on this stock for now, right? I would much rather pick it up around 175.31, but we are not quite there yet. Man, I might have to clear my charts of NVIDIA and then get cracking again on setting the stage up. We are still in bearish territory with NVIDIA, just so you know. And I already have an alert set for NVIDIA right here. So if y'all don't, I'm not waiting and putting this in anywhere, but if you're a Megalodon, you will get this alert. If you're a KGU, you're likely to get this alert too. But I can only share so many plays in KGU, right? I share all of my plays in my Discord. It's just what it is. I do what I can though. All right, so that's it. That's it for that. All right, do we have another ticker? We have 7 minutes left on the chat. I love the fire emojis. Lift, lift, LYFT. All right, ticker symbol lift. So we already played lift as far as charting, right? We actually broke this down, and I love the breakdown. We said we were in like a pennant situation, and look, I already pre-drew it before it even happened. All right, yeah, this is already done. Okay, so now we hit the supply zone, right? And we broke through and we came back down and retested. This is great, right? This is great. This is what we want to see. But I want y'all to understand that sellers showed up and they showing out, right? And they're pushing the stock back down. And we're looking to see if we're going to come back to retest this level at $21.58. And at this point, I'm setting an alert because at this point, I'm looking for price action to tell me if we're going to be in a bullish reversal or if we're going to fall through into the zone. If we fall into the zone and fail to break back out, then we're looking to short lift. So I'm going to go call first, short second, because we'll see what happens. But that alert is set. The levels aren't in there, but I'm bringing your attention to it. So if you're a Megalodon, you got it. All right. As far as where we're going with lift, I have to get into that another day. Okay. There's more to it that I have to do behind the scenes. All right. All love, LT. Let's get it. If you got room for one more target calls, I seen y'all talking about this in the Discord. All right. I love the communication. I love how you guys are sharing plays. This is what community is about. All right. Making sure everybody's invited to the cookout, right? Let's see here. Why is my okay? Target, ticker symbol, TGT. All right. So Target had a nasty woke sell-off, right? Because that's exactly what all that is. And we're coming on down. We still are seeing lower lows, right? So we're still in a technical downtrend for Target. Now, I do want you to understand that this is a descending wedge. It's a very sharp descending wedge, but it is one nonetheless. And these are typically typically they're bullish, but you know, news definitely affects it. So let's see if we can figure out where we're going here on Target. All right. So with Target, pretty much 89.42 is our level, and we're currently there. We really need to hold this level here. I'm going to go ahead and put an alert because, man, I can't see. I mean, I can see Target falling through it, but I mean, I will be more so interested to see if we rally up. Sorry if you guys are seeing the wrong dates, but this is just placeholders. Okay, so essentially for Target, I can't even do it. I can't play one side, right? We have to also put puts. So this right here at this level at $87.09, right? Roughly. If we can't hold this level, then we are done for. Target is going bye-bye. But I do want you to understand that we did have a like a morning star situation that occurred here, right? So this area is a very bullish bearish location, right? So where we have previous bears here and previous bulls, where are you? Here. Oh, hold up. There it is. So this zone is just insane, right? So just be careful with this. I'll also put the fact that we have a weekly imbalance here as well. So we do have more strength to the upside for as long as we can hold above. So you can see the levels, the very bottom, like, so if we fall through $87, the very bottom is $80 before we would probably pop up. I will go ahead and put an alert here for potential calls, but you do have to understand that if we fall to this level, we could retrace to $87. You have to be ready and prepared to let it go and take your profits, because it could be retracement for a continuation to the downside. All right, so that's how I'm going to leave that. All right, I'm going to put this slightly above the level, that way we're signaled and we don't miss it. Hopefully that helps the target. Hold up, we're over here now, but so you can see what's kind of going on right here. There's nothing here, right, that's telling me that the bears are about to slow down. So they're really pushing this down right now. So you have to wait for this to cool off. All right, anyway, what's next? PLTR calls. So of course we talked about this. Okay, so with PLTR, we were saying the possibility of us breaking through, which we did. We came back into it. Let's see, when was this? The 8th was the last drawing. Well, I don't know when we drew it up. I think I just drew it up and then guesstimated where it could end up. So it looks like we are respecting this ascending line of support, right? So we came down, we retested 149.16. We respected that and bounced right up. We don't have any buy side imbalance or anything like that. So like the strength is consistent, but it's nothing to write home about right now either. So where are we? This is PLTR. All right, let's go to a daily. I know this is a hot stock, so in post market we are still on a little bit of a rally. I mean, this is a little tough, all right? I'm not gonna lie, but at the end of the day, one thing that you can see is that we have an established potential demand zone, right? And this is the daily, so let me just hit this dark. My alert just went off. That is time, but let's see what we can come up with. So what we would want to see is for sellers not to really kick in right here. But at the end of the day, I want you to understand that trading right here is dangerous. Why? Because if we are going to respect, like we broke out of this ascending channel and we fell back into it, if we're going to respect this ascending line of resistance, then there's not a lot of juice on this for me. Like, yes, in hindsight, yeah, 176 to what is this, the high of 189, yeah, that's a nice move for options trade. But it's just, man, you got to be careful. You got to be careful. That's all I can say. Because when you're looking at this, you have a very tight supply demand zone right off rip. So you technically need to have some confirmation above this level of 17. Let me just make this yellow. 177.74. If we can confirm above it, then yeah, we can take this to recent highs of 180 or 190. Okay, so I'm not probably gonna touch it, but you can. All right, so if there's one more, I'll check it. A Lawless King, welcome to channel supporters. I do want you to know that a channel supporter is somebody that just supports the channel. You really don't get a lot of perks, like early access or training or anything like that. But if you do want any of those things, please do step up to a higher tier. The higher tier, the more you get access to, essentially. But I appreciate you for joining, Big Dog. Thank you so much for the support and the love. All right. That is all, everybody. I think we killed it. So what did we cover today? Tickers covered, man, in a small amount of time. Palantir, ticker symbol PLTR. Target, TGT. LYFT, LYFT. NVIDIA, NVDA. Circle Internet Group, CRCL. CoreWeave, CRWV. Intel, INTC. GameStop, GME. Archer Aviation, ACHR, Grab Holdings Limited, GRAB, Lululemon, LULU, and The Spy, and Coin. We killed it today. We covered a lot, and I hope that you guys can appreciate that. And you know, hey, the best way to show me love is to hit the like and share the feed. And also, if you want, please become a member. We love our Discord community to grow, but we don't want to grow in the wrong way. My Discord is 100% private. The only way you're going to access it is if you become a member on YouTube and you verify through YouTube and Discord. You can't search for my Discord, and it won't ever happen because I don't want knuckleheads. So it is what it is. So I appreciate everybody being here. Like always, at the end of these sessions, I leave it up for 5 minutes for any questions. I'm not going back to the charts. I can speak to anything, but 5 minutes on the clock. Let me know if you have any questions. Or please let me know how you think this went. If you want me to keep doing the rapid fire live streams, all that good stuff. Let me know. Because my channel is still kind of growing. I'm still trying to find my way, slowly but surely. But your guys' opinions definitely help fuel the channel. Queen, I said I was done. It's a wrap. But you are a Megalodon. So if you're a Megalodon and you're asking for more chart analysis, then hit me up in the Megalodon channel within the Discord, and I will share the chart with you when I have time. If you hit me before market open, I typically get those to you before the open of the next trading day. Okay, so perks of being a Megalodon. Yeah. Any other questions, comments, concerns? Keep going. You're providing value, bro. All love. Thank you so much. Today was a little easier. There was a couple of times that people were like just throwing like random tickers. I think people were doing it on purpose. Some unheard ofs, but you know, there's a couple new ones in here too, which is all good. We're all here to learn and just do our due diligence and verify information. So this is not financial advice or suggestion to buy, hold, or sell, but it is nice that you guys share what you're looking at, because it brings my eyes to it. It brings the community's eyes to it. Stocks we might not heard of, stocks we might want to invest in. You never know. So shout out to y'all for participating, because you guys drive this live stream. And I think this live stream is dope. I have a good time. All right. Yep. We don't have no boys. Huh? We don't have no facts. There might be more girls in the Discord than dudes. I love the ratio. We have a good guy girl ratio in our Discord so far. Yeah, we do. Monique, hey Queen, thank you tuning in late, so I'll replay it. Thanks for what you absolutely all day. Is VWAP really helpful if you're bullish or bearish? VWAP is just, yes, it is, but that's going to be future deep dive learning that I'm going to be giving to the higher tier members, just so you know, okay? As far as how I play it or whatever. Also, I do understand there's like green people, so we're probably going to have a couple live training sessions on like just setting up your chart in trading view or whatever, navigating Webull and blah blah blah. So we'll touch on some things. Hey, that's even in church, more women than men. Hey, yep, some of them dudes need to go to church. Hey, some of them need to be there. I hear you meet good people at church, right? All right, so 1 minute left. Any questions for your boy? Hey, shout out to my SoFi owners. Let's say that real quick. SoFi hit $28. Love to see it. Bag holding. Hey, the last thing for those that are here, do understand, one, again, become a member, but also if you want to rep the brand, right, you go to the website, okay? And actually, I'll put the true hyperlink in there. .com. So you guys can click on that. Oops. Shop. But this isn't like merch with my name on it. This is something that represents everybody, I think. Hey, look at Lawless King. Welcome our newest Megalodon, Lawless. Love it. Welcome to the channel, big dog. Go to the members tab, right, and click on, you'll see a link for the Discord under the members tab. When you go over there, you click the link, you go into the Discord, you go to your settings, go to connections, and you go to add, and you'll add YouTube, and then that'll get you verified. Once you're in there, then we'll welcome you as a community, and we'll point you in the right direction so you know what's going on, though. But welcome. There's also an app for the Discord that we have that helps you with your trading. So if you're interested in that, just DM me. I'll send you the link. It's all good, okay? Let's see. Monique would love a chart setup refresher lesson. Absolutely, we can get into it, right? We can get into it. Okay. I just blinked out. All right, so that's my time. Shout out to our newest member. Shout out to Roll Life for donating $20. Much love, big dog. Shout out to everybody for participating in this live stream, and this is going to be every Thursday at 5:30. So if y'all can do me a favor and share the video once this is like done and saved, share the video, because there's re-watchable content here, and I need your help to kind of get this out there, right? Because I'm not doing a lot, like, right? I just do what I can. SoFi, rock it, love it. copy. Lawless says, I'll run through the perks and all tonight and join soon. Yep. Shout out to you, man. I appreciate you joining and letting me and the rest of the community be a part of your journey. My wife says, how do you feel your first time as a weatherman went? That's not my first time. Minus the mic going out for 2 minutes. Sorry, I was diving. Yeah, babe, that's my third time being the weatherman. Weatherman Rail showed up for his third appearance today. This might have been the most animated one, the first in this one, but it's all good. I think it went well. I gotta get used to my dance though. All right, that is all I got. Discord members, there's periodic updates on the app that's coming throughout the night until tomorrow. So bear with me as I work through those. But other than that, everybody, hit the like button on the way out. And this is Stocks4Rell, Sacrifice for Riches. Take care.